When I was a small child, I would watch an episode of I Love Lucy every afternoon with my mother while my younger siblings took a nap. I loved that show, and I would laugh right along with my mom. We would later do silly things and imitate Lucy, almost as if we had our own private language. I particularly enjoyed Lucy's antics and so desperately wanted her life. I could envision Lucille Ball with her riches and everyone loved her, and being an introvert who repeatedly moved. That was me. I was sure that Lucy was endowed with wonderful, marvelous friends and surrounded with an exciting life teeming with parties, extravagance, red carpets. Later, I learned the whole story. Lucy actually started with a difficult life as she grew up without a father who passed away when she was a small child, just 3 years old. Her first memory in life was of actually losing her father. Her mother remarried a man, but the new family was less than ideal for the development of a small child with big dreams. In acting school, she was told to quit, that she had no talent and no ability to act. She was tongue-tied and awkward. She might as well leave. The school told her mother that Lucy was wasting her time, which led Lucy to start modeling. This endeavor also ended in failure because she had a severe case of rheumatoid arthritis. She returned to acting in Hollywood, leaving New York City. She then played in a few minor roles and hoped for something more. However, in 1951, I Love Lucy debuted on CBS after Lucille Ball demanded that the network have her husband, Desi Arnaz, play the role of her husband on the newly formed television show. Not only did she demand that Desi assume this role, but that she would maintain the rights to their show and even developed Desilu Productions. When I learned of Lucille Ball's tenacity and her life of unseemingly insurmountable challenges, I began thinking of all the ways in which each of her earlier trials in life taught her and molded her into a spectacular actress, wife, and even a successful business owner. Failure does that for us, especially if we don't let it beat us. There are marvelous lessons to be learned from each experience, and failure provides us with opportunities to learn, which doesn't always work. It motivates us to success and propels us to find newer and greater solutions. Failure teaches dedication, persistence, and we learn how to move forward. Our character strengthens, and failure can even provide new learning opportunities. As I've grown over, I recall the wise words of my father. He says, "Never, ever compare your Monday worst to somebody's Sunday best." The adage is simple. It's easy to sit in church on Sundays and see friends and acquaintances dressed in their best clothes. They look nice, they smell nice, they greet everyone with a smile. And in the church pew, we may appear the same, but we won't compare our best to their best. We're harder on ourselves. Instead, we recall what we look like first thing on Monday morning. Our hair sticks up funny at weird angles, pajamas askew, we smell a little funky, a little dirty, need a shower. That's what we do. We compare somebody else's best to our worst. Each time I have a desire to look at someone like Lucille Ball and wish I were like them, I remind myself that they have made themselves into what they are and who they have. They have experienced failure just as I do, but they have learned that their failures have moved them forward. They have overcome their challenges and they have taken great lessons from them. I love the quote that says, "There really is no such thing as failure. Yes, things can go wrong or not according to plan, but really there is no such thing as failure because there's always a very good reason why things didn't work out and a lesson you need to learn. In the long run, whatever happens is ultimately for your highest good, even if you can't see how that could ever be true."